Next two things, holding babies. Jacqueline, can I just leave you for a second?
Yeah.
Okay. And I was really good at doing this wrong with all of mine, so you guys are getting the benefit out of this. So what happens when we typically hold baby? You see, we kind of push out right down here. We make a shelf, right? It's almost like we're making a shelf for baby to go on. We've already talked about, what is this muscle supposed to do? Do we want it to push out? We do it because we're trying to compensate. Our body's taking the path of least resistance. It's easier to push it out than it is to work and use our muscles to hold it in. Does that make sense? So that's kind of why we do it. So what we want to do is you always want to think of having baby to you. Feel that lift and feel that close as you're holding baby. You don't have to brace. You don't have to, hold tension. We don't hold tension in our neck and jaw and all that stuff. It's crazy what we do, right? But you lift and close and just hold close. It might feel a little different, I know, because you're used to pushing it out. If you find that it's still out, but you're not pushing it, I wouldn't worry quite so much. But that's just something that on a day-to-day basis, again, try to change sides if you can. Try to make sure that everything is lifted and supported from the inside, as if you're walking around with your corset. Let your muscles work. And when you do that, it's like you're getting an ab workout just every day doing your normal stuff. So really cool. Along the lines of that, if you wear baby, I love this because it takes a lot off your shoulders and your arms. Because think about it, now if you don't have a nice little shelf here for a baby, these muscles are going to have to work a lot more. And we tend to stay in this position as moms a lot, holding, nursing, feeding, rocking, pushing, cooking, cleaning, everything is here, right? So if you can wear baby a lot, I think that's really great. But again, what can happen when we wear baby is we still stick it out. We'll still try to make a shelf, or we'll round it down instead of lifting and holding. So those are just things to keep in mind. Look in the mirror when you are wearing baby and take what we've learned in this course, that lifting of the pelvic floor, that closing of the corset, into consideration when you're walking around, when you're holding baby, when you're wearing baby, because they can really, those are the things like, what you do all the time, every day, is going to matter a lot more than the 5 minutes you spend working on your core for the exercises, which are great. I mean, don't skip that, but be really mindful during the day of how your body is moving and how you're using your body to do the things you need to do. Does that make sense? Any questions?
Yeah.
Let's scroll through. Lots of people have hopped on. Okay. Then the last thing, and I did remember, yay! This is the question I've kind of gotten related to, related to the TVA and like keeping your core engaged. We want it engaged all the time. Now, I've been teaching group fitness classes for like 10 years, and a cue I was trained to give and a cue I did give was belly button to the spine. Anyone heard that? Belly button to spine, belly button to spine. It's a great cue, right? It reminds you to like pull in your core, use your core, because so often we just let it go when it should be working. So related to that cue, pulling your belly button, I don't think it's the same as closing the corset. And here's why. When you just pull in belly button, think about it, the balloon, when we just squeeze, that's just one dimension. Shink. And so what'll happen then is this side TVA, because remember that muscle wraps all around, isn't really engaged. It's not the same thing as just sucking it in. That's almost more of a rectus abdominals, like standing crunch action that'll happen. And your TVAs in the front might start working, but you're not getting it on the side. So if that helps you to at least do something, then I would stick with that, sure, draw on your belly button. But I really want you to try to feel that contraction coming from all the way around your core. And that takes practice. It takes, different positions. We did the on all fours yesterday, and I love that. So just play around with that, get familiar with that, and start to feel what that feels like and how it might be different than just pulling in your core. Because along with pulling in our core, sometimes then we tighten our back and we stop that good inhale if we're just pulling in our core and holding it. We don't ever want to just hold and brace, even with any of the things, carrying baby, holding baby, wearing baby. We don't ever want to be bracing to the point where our breath stops up here. We don't want to keep that breath up here, because then it's our neck and shoulders and our chest that are doing the work. And we need that inhale to get that lift and close, okay? If you just chop it off right in the middle, you're going to put a lot of pressure down, or that's how I think we end up with a lot of separation that happens maybe beyond what's normal, is that we've kind of embracing or holding. And pressure, we're going to have pressure in our abdomen no matter what, and it's going to follow the path of least resistance. And when we're pregnant, and even when you apply loads or weights or babies, you're still going to have those weak spots And I think that's kind of how hernias happen. That's how the separations happen, is the pressure goes the path of least resistance. So if you already have weakness, that's how it's just going to go. So again, thank you guys so much for being here. There's going to be another email just kind of recapping everything and letting you know what's open for you to do next. I've said a bunch, so you probably heard it, but yes, this is all kind of what I've learned in a nutshell and what I think every mom should know, how your core works. I would love to hear what has stood out to you, what you've learned, and then what is your next step? Are you going to try? Have you been trying already the 5 days? Have you done the 5-day challenge? Have you done the other exercises that I included in my free sample of the First 6 program? And is the First 6 program something that you might be interested in doing? I do take women through it. We meet weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, in person or online, and we just go step by step through your core rehabilitation to help get your core functioning. So more information is available on that, but I would love to hear from you. Keep an eye out for the next email coming, because this is the first group I've run like this, and so I'm really interested in what you thought about it, and again, what you've learned about it. So there'll be an email coming with that, but go ahead and type in the comments when you read this what your takeaways are. You can show me videos of you doing the exercises if you want, or if your kids are going crazy today too, that would be fun too. Right? All right, can you say bye?
Bye-bye, Buggy.
There you have it. Thank you, guys.